I have been friends with one of my closest friends for 13 years now, and the entire time I've known her, she's been one of the richest people I know. Like, her parents are multimillionaires. Any single time we go out to dinner together and you put your card down, she Venmos you the wrong amount.
One person who, by all accounts, is a perfectly normal, nice person. I requested $18 from on May 30th, 2017.
We're going to try to convince her to cancel it on the recording as we're
do
doing
it.
it
Oh,
together.
do it.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm Kate Lindsay, the host of ICYMI, Slate's podcast about internet culture, also known as, the lady from the kids menu episode, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Identified. Yeah. So
that's how you're known to our audience.
Yeah.
I am Manny, co-host of the No Such Thing podcast, the award-winning No Such Thing podcast.
Yeah, the awards. I'm Noah.
And I'm Devin, also co-host of the award-winning No Such Thing podcast.
There you go.
You've also ended up on, because I've sent them to you, like, there'll be these slideshows on TikTok of, like, podcasts I listen to like be more intellectually curious, or like, they'll do these roundups, and you guys are always
They put us
on
up
it.
for that?
Yeah, because I'm only scrolling to look for mine, obviously, and then I'm like, these fucking guys again.
It me.
Yeah, so yeah, that people might know you from there as well. Well, so we're here today because we found, I've been a guest frequently on this podcast. Manny's been on ICYMI, and that there is some overlap when it comes to sort of solving dumb arguments, and a lot of dumb arguments can happen on or about the internet. And I thought it would be a really great opportunity to explore a weird etiquette internet issue that has plagued me for close to 10 years. We're at 9 years right now. And it has to do with Venmo. And so I'll just take you back. It's May 2017. I live in Bushwick. So let that sink in. I live not far from where we are right now. And I live in an apartment with 2 other roommates, and one of them has a birthday, and we go to the bar for her birthday. And I guess I was feeling like Daddy Warbucks or something, because I was like, everyone ordered drinks, and specifically they ordered like oysters, which I don't eat. And I think it was to avoid the tension I knew was coming of like, no one has put a card down and we are going to have to pay for this. And so I was just like, I'll do it. And then I went ahead and Venmo'd everyone $18. That's what it came out to split. So it's not even that bad.
Evenly between.
Yeah, just evenly. Okay. We can get into my thoughts behind that in a little bit. But I just did it in even $18, even though I didn't have an oyster. And everyone fulfilled it.
How many people are we talking here?
I would say it's about eight to 10 people.
Oh, okay. So it's a big group.
Sizable.
That's a big check.
Yeah.
Sizable.
I got all their Venmos, and I sent out all the requests, and then, it all went how it's supposed to go, except for one person who I will not name on the podcast, who, by all accounts, is a perfectly normal, nice person. They, to this day, have not answered my request for $18. And I'm looking at it right now, and it appears I used the canoe emoji as a way to sort of symbol oysters.
Interesting.
Okay.
Water.
I guess there's
Yeah, that's all it says. And then it says I can cancel or remind. And it still says I requested $18 from on May 30th, 2017.
Let's come up with a name for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Susan. All right,
Okay,
Susan. So Susan owes me $18. And
This
now
is 20, what year it says?
2017.
Someone look up how much that would be now.
Right, yeah, wait, yeah.
$30?
Adjusted for inflation.
Let's all
calculator.
guess.
Not to mention just markup,
From 2017, I bet
say
that's probably
23,
close to.
$24.
Okay. Oh,
What'd you
we can literally do this. $18 it would have been May.
I'm gonna say it's $30.
I'm going to say 23.
According to the CPI inflation calculator on the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics website, $18 in May 2017 is now worth $24.65
Wow.
24.
in 2026.
So Price is Right rules. I win.
You won that.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty big.
so
That's
if,
a big
if
difference.
anything, it's an investment that I've made
Yeah.
that has
Yeah.
been growing over time.
Yeah.
Assuming it's gonna make its way
right.
back
That
to
is
you.
so. That is the question
Right.
because
Yeah.
every time I open it up, and I know this, I've having received requests many times before. I know it's the same with Susan. Every time either of us are opening up Venmo, we are seeing that. And the problem is, I would say around year 2 is, I think, when I passed a normal amount of time to do anything about it.
Year 2? I think year 1.
I would say 2 months.
Month 2,
frankly.
I guess the thing is it would have been, I guess it still would have been crazy in year 2, but now,
we're year 9.
But I can't.
But now I think you've crested over a wave where now it's like,
Yeah, why not?
what do you have to lose?
Well, the thing is, because the problem is notifications. Like, if I could just sort of quietly erase it, I would. But no matter what, if I remind her, obviously,
That's
Susan
crazy.
will get a notification. Even if I hit cancel, it'll
be funny to
say,
remind
like,
her.
Kate has canceled this Venmo request.
Really? It notifies someone if
At
you
least
cancel it?
I believe it does. Maybe I'm doing
We could
misinformation.
test.
Why don't we
Well,
test
the
it
problem is
now?
I don't want to risk it.
But I mean, so
And then she'll know the other way. She'll know when she opens it up and see. But like, I don't know why I'm like nervous
Yeah.
about like I'm not the one who owes $18. And to be clear, I don't need it. I mean, it's 24 now, so maybe I do. But
Yeah.
I
That's like one cocktail somewhere.
know, probably at the same bar.
a couple of oysters.
Yeah, so that's just always been in the back of my mind is like with Venmo specifically, it's like it makes it so easy to pay people back, but it also makes it so easy not to pay people. Because they don't have enforcers who would
Right,
show
it's
up
not
to
a
her
bank,
home,
yeah.
and which is of course something I would have them do. And so I don't know if have you guys ever been in this? What are your thoughts?
Well, is there any chance that Susan has divested themselves from Venmo?
This is true.
Like, do they have a public profile? Can you see if they're
Yeah.
still
All right,
Let's see.
wait,
Transacted.
Click
good.
on their
Does Susan
name.
have
Because
any
maybe Susan
transactions
right
afterwards?
after this was like, I'm actually a Cash App girl.
Making payments as recently as May 3rd.
Oh.
and
Public ones, no less.
Public
That's
ones.
actually crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess
That's rude.
May
just our
3rd.
due diligence here. Is there any possible way she could have not seen your request?
Not if she's using it.
So if you go into the app when you owe
No
someone
matter
money,
what, when you're looking,
It's
if you're
rest.
going to,
It
so when
shows
she's
you.
going to go pay someone back, so like for instance, my husband has requested Wi-Fi money from me, which is crazy because we do have a shared credit card, so we'll figure that out.
That's another episode.
But
so
then,
that sits at the top no
yes,
matter what.
but then right underneath,
Yep.
she would
Susan.
be seeing that.
Unless she just has a long list of people she's not paying back.
I mean,
that's
knowing
it.
this,
Oh my god,
yeah.
She
I
doesn't pay.
almost tapped it. I gotta put that down.
Okay, so she definitely sees the request
Yeah.
when she's in the Venmo app.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she uses Venmo.
If she's using it,
And
gonna
she's
see
using it. I guess my thing would be, I wonder if for her it similarly feels insane to just like randomly
Pay you back
pay it.
9 years later.
But why?
But she ignored it for...
right? Why in the first place
Yes,
ignore it?
exactly.
Is what I'm curious about.
Maybe she feels like she doesn't... Did she not eat? Do you remember her eating the
Well, that's
oysters?
the problem because now we're like 10 years out, and I'm like, did she eat at the? It's like
She's just like, I'm not paying for this. I didn't eat it.
right. That I
But
wonder
then you
if
can
it's
just
a li-
decline if that like.
Right.
One time, someone Venmo requested me the wrong amount, and I just declined it.
Yeah.
And then I sent them the correct.
Yeah, I thought I kind of waited for them
number.
to.
Yeah, and then and that was the end.
How
of the
much
story.
how much difference?
It was like
Now that we
20
didn't eat it.
something bucks, I think.
Yeah, that's
like
it,
it was
yeah.
a big group dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
And we didn't do it evenly. We like had to look at the receipt.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's clearly like there's something that happened. There's some misunderstanding between her and I that just like lives on in this app. And
You don't see this person.
no,
You haven't
it's-
seen him since then?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they moved. They fled.
not in New York
They
anymore.
fled
Fled.
the state once. They,
Yeah.
Fugitive.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
They're on the run.
And so it's just kind of, and a part of me is a little bit like, if I get rid of it, then I won't have that fun fact anymore.
Yeah.
How about this? After you sent the request, how long did you live with her?
The roommate is the friends with this person.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. You didn't live with this person. Sorry.
No, yeah, that would be actually be
delete this from the
crazier,
track.
if I lived with her and she just wasn't responding. But I feel like the idea that, because if I requested this from her and she's like, I don't want to pay that, I didn't eat the oysters or whatever, neither did I. But then I feel like pre-Venmo you would say that.
Yeah.
But there's something, same with like what Partiful has done and like maybe attending. It's like
Yeah.
there's now this
Yeah.
etiquette where it's like I just want to say anything and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to like talk about the ways that we think Venmo and like money being so digital has maybe changed our relationship with money. Like, do we remember how we dealt with money pre-Venmo? Like, were we? Because
Great
I'm
question.
curious if people who felt a certain stinginess with money pre-Venmo feel differently with, I don't know, because it's not physical.
Pre-Venmo, there was definitely a lot more. You were paying for our own thing, but at the restaurant,
Yes,
like split the
putting
checks
your
up.
money.
I got the burger, the fries, and the beer. Put that on a separate check, and I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
And then not too long before that, I wasn't paying for anything because I was like, in high school or whatever.
Child.
Yeah.
So we kind of grew up in a world where you could easily pay people back for stuff.
I'm realizing though this was still a bit of an issue even because I was in college the first year at least pre-Venmo, and we did have an issue with someone who whenever we would order like Chinese food or pizza, this was still like a cash economy, and so it was like everyone threw in cash, and this one person always would reach for the food and go, I don't have cash, but I'll pay you back. And then never to be heard from again.
Yeah.
And it became like a routine thing. And I remember you were forced to in person, not me, of course, someone else was like, because I think she suggested ordering food or something. And basically someone had to be like, you need to pay this time. Like you have not paid for any of it.
Or you're not touching it.
Right. And so it was awkward, but I won't say, it doesn't seem like Venmo solved that awkwardness. It's just made us be able to be more avoidant.
Yes. Because I feel like there were a few restaurants I remember in high school, like back half of high school, when you could start driving. So you'd go to restaurants by yourself with your friends. One place we would go, Applebee's, they would have like half price appetizers after like 10 or 11 o'clock. And they would not do separate checks there. So you had to have cash. And I remember there were always these like one or two friends who they would always not give enough money. Because you'd be like, you owe this much, you owe this much, you owe this much, and then you count the money and be like, we're short. And it'd be like this thing you'd have to go through at the restaurant, but in the moment they'd be like, okay, we still need $3 more.
Yes.
And it's like, it was annoying.
And in high school, you might have to leave the premises. That's
tough,
yeah, like, but it was like, we are not leaving here until we figure out how much we owe. Because we have to hand the money to the person before we walk out.
Yep. Settling up was
you had to do it there.
About that feeling of being like, whose math is wrong?
Yes.
Because we keep
And who gave the 10? All right.
Exactly.
Because then sometimes you pay for more of your share. So in many ways, like I understand.
We're really dating ourselves.
I know. I understand what the problem these apps are trying to solve for, but there's also multiple, and because there's Venmo,
Zelle,
Cash App.
Yeah.
Do you think because I feel this way about like dating apps, do you think what app you use is like says something
indicative of your character?
For sure.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you're a piece of shit if you use Cash App, but it's like I think Cash App became the popular one in like certain parts of the country for whatever reason. It's like soda and pop.
Yeah.
It could tell you where you're from, maybe.
Because I like I've only ever been around Venmo, and then Zelle came onto the picture, and I feel like that's when this is based on a singular person in my life. I feel like Gen X likes Zelle. I don't know.
It's
or
true.
people who are
I think
professional.
it's connected to the bank.
Zelle is
directly.
professional.
It's bank to bank.
Yeah.
Not like bank to bank.
And so it is actually way more convenient, and it arrives instantly. It is actually kind of crazy we aren't just all using Zelle, but
and it's less of like a social media thing.
Yeah.
It's like in my bank app.
Yeah, you're not looking
I don't even
at
have
other
a Zelle
people's
app.
Yes, right. There's not. Yeah, and so it kind of doesn't make sense that we're using Venmo. Maybe I'm trying.
Yeah, Venmo's like branded better.
Yeah,
it's like it's more social media. Some people actually do use it to like communicate with their friends in some ways, not like messaging, but like see what their friends are up to, or at least that's how it used to be. I remember kind of being able to just scroll the Venmo feed.
And
seeing what your
I
friends.
remember. I remember. A former colleague of ours would come in and comment on transactions he was seeing.
Oh,
we'll actually hear from later in this episode.
No, I remember because I always.
That's how you knew who was hanging out.
Yeah.
I
think that's when I went private.
Exactly.
I was like, whoa. Hold up.
I know that I would always just use random emojis because like there was so much pressure to think of the funniest thing to put, and it was too difficult, and I would just like do random emojis, but then like I would need to look back like for financial record reasons and be like, I don't know what the hell like how am I supposed to remember that like I sent these concert tickets under the egg emoji? Like that's not helpful. Also, my husband just texted me, "Where the hell are you?" Probably looking at my location. I was like in a loft in Bushwick. Well, so before we sat down to record, we collected a bunch of other questions because obviously we have our own predicaments, but I was curious to hear what other people had. And you also spoke to some etiquette and financial experts about things like Venmo etiquette and best practices. And I guess like broad question I want to start with is like, I didn't even think about this, but like, are there some Venmo best practices that like we should all just be doing no matter what? I don't know necessarily what that would be. I mean,
yeah, it seems like the introduction of Venmo and Venmo like apps have created like somewhat new behaviors in us. Where,
rules.
Yeah, exactly. Where like before Venmo, it was it was a team game at the dinner table trying to figure out who owes what and putting up the correct amount of cash. And now that Venmo's here, it's usually one person's putting their card down and then Venmoing everyone else. But depending on who the person is, the check is split evenly, or they're really looking at the receipt. Or some people don't mind if they just cover it and they don't really mind when they get paid back. Yeah. Some people are doing it like on the Uber ride home. Yeah. And so, it's created these like kind of new behaviors out of us, I think. Yeah.
So I know one of the questions we had is there like a minimum amount that you're like, at what point is it like, all right, like, for like, because I think sometimes if I'm buying someone a coffee, I'm not gonna Venmo them for it, but then sometimes you get hit with the coffee Venmo, and it's a little bit like, so I'm curious if anyone you spoke to had some thoughts about that.
Yeah, so I talked to someone who writes about etiquette for a living, and I asked her, what is the minimum amount you should be Venmo requesting someone for?
My name is Lizzie Post, and I am a co-president at the Emily Post Institute, and I am also Emily Post's great-great-granddaughter.
You guys know this Emily Post situation?
Is this just like an etiquette person?
Yes.
Yeah, like a famous,
like old school.
Old school.
I like this idea of like, I am the descendant of the politest person in the world.
Exactly. Like, so yeah, this
is this like where to put your fork and knife and stuff?
Right.
Okay.
Everything etiquette wise, it's like a institution. Essentially, it's like best practices, and obviously they update it from year to year. Okay. So this has been going on.
You got an episode about like what's funding this, who's keeping.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll be a separate thing.
Great, and all the people who work there are kind of family members. It seems like.
I feel like for me, and I try to keep my ranges on the lower side because I just think it's silly to walk around assuming that everybody operates in spaces of like $50 and $100, or where $25 wouldn't make a big deal to them, be a big deal to them. And so I would say $10 or less starts to be like, I could let that slide. But, there are some people for whom that might not be slidable. And given gas prices and grocery prices, which are such necessities in our lives these days, I feel like it's worth respecting it. But you're right. If someone was like, hey, like if my sister sent me a Venmo request for $2 to pay her back for the coffee she bought me or something, God, you can't even get a coffee for $2. I don't know what I'm saying, but like that's
maybe a water.
Okay, love comrade there. Yeah. Okay, well, I like that. Again, this is similar to past episodes where I've been on, where it's like, well, I like when they're agreeing with me. So
Yep.
I think $10 was my
10 was what I was thinking. I was like, single digits, you're wasting everyone's time.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I have to, like, you know how like some places won't let you pay with a credit card below a certain amount? I know that doesn't apply to this, but that's what it feels like. It's like, this is too small to like involve this institution in.
Yeah, I also feel like very seldom am I hanging out with someone for whom I wouldn't just buy a coffee for or a beer or whatever.
Yeah, because that's basically one beer. It's
exactly.
Like, I'll either see you again and you get me that time, or if it's every time I'm seeing you, I'm buying you one beer and never getting one back, then it's probably not going to happen that many more times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I've definitely been hit with it was a $6 Venmo request for like a Tecate at a bar once.
No.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this.
It's
Decline it,
good
but-
to know about you.
Yeah.
Did you decline it?
I didn't.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. I felt like I couldn't. I know them, the person too well.
Yeah.
Then that would become like, oh, you're saying no when you. I do
Yeah.
technically owe him $6.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's
It's the
it's not
principle of it, though.
wrong.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
And like I will give someone, if someone covers me for something that's like $5 or $6, I'll send them $5 or $6. In
You're just
Venmo.
talking about getting requested.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
That's
never
true.
request it
Interesting.
myself.
Yeah.
good.
It's
Yes,
one thing
yes.
if you want to go out of your way and it's less than $10 to send me the money, I don't need it. But
Yeah, yeah.
cool. I'm not gonna reject
It's like
it.
a gesture. of
Exactly.
Like,
That's
you
fair.
get offended. You're like, do you think I'm poor?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Venmoing me $6.
You send it back to them. Buy something
That
for
was
your
a
mom.
gift.
Yeah.
That was a gift. That
How
cost.
dare you? But I'm not going in the app to say send $4 for
Yeah.
a water.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
Well, kind of speaking of the idea of like, I don't want. It feels like if the interaction's too small, or if the amount of money is too small, it's not worth the
Right.
mechanisms. I also think about that kind of in terms of Venmo is basically like you're like in escrow or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never said that word aloud.
Escrow.
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 Escrow. And
Say it proudly.
Escrow and I'm proud.
yeah. and so I'll usually let it like pile up in there a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh,
And
well,
then,
how much money are you getting?
well,
you
not
leaving in
nothing
there?
crazy. Like obviously like rent or something I put right back like
Yeah,
into my into the account. But I don't know, like a few group dinners
Okay.
and whatever, and then I'll be like, and this is more like now I'm like mental illness, because I'm just like, oh, I can't do it if I'm like still expecting money. It's like I want to have all of it.
You want it all at once.
And then I want to
Yeah.
move it. But I heard through the grapevine, I can't remember who to attribute this to, but
The
that, like,
grapevine.
if you're leaving, you shouldn't be leaving money
Mm-hmm.
in your Venmo account because they're doing something with it.
I think they can technically move money around, but it's not like the balance you have in your Venmo is going to go down when they do that.
But
I guess it's not really protected is what people are worried about.
yeah, but like, what are they? It seems like perhaps you did speak to someone about it.
Yo, yes, I did.
Okay.
And I'm curious, like, because that is just a question I've always thought about when I'm letting it kind of, I never let it get more than like
Oh, I'm kind of gross with it.
what?
It goes up.
Like hundreds?
Yeah.
I remember after the baby shower,
Oh.
everyone paid us back. I just left that in there until it was depleted.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's
It's
like over
That's what's fun,
$1,000.
because then it's like free money when someone requests you, and it's like, oh, do you want to take it right out of your thing? And it's like, well, yeah, that was free then.
Yeah,
It doesn't
going
count.
through my
It
bank.
doesn't
I do
count.
get that.
Yeah, but I'm getting the vibe that perhaps I'm incorrect in this belief.
That Venmo uses your money, like,
Or-
so you're saying that they use it like a bank does. When
I
you put a bunch
guess-
of money in the bank
I
and they're
guess, what does a bank
transacting.
do?
What's a bank?
Well, this is why it's a problem
On
when
episode
there's like
10.
runs on banks and everyone takes
Yeah.
their money out because then they can't.
Then
They
they don't
don't
have any
technically
money.
okay.
Because like, I mean, I can't explain it that well, but if you put say $50,000 in the bank,
Yeah.
they're using that money and investing basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Banks invest. We know this. So they're using people's money for that. It's
Okay.
insured.
But they owe you the $50,000.
yeah.
Okay.
So you can obviously get your money out when you need to, but if everyone does it, then the bank doesn't have any money to play
Yeah.
with.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
they don't always have all that money on hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
That's what
liquid.
we're for.
Yes.
So I don't think Venmo is doing that because I don't know what they would be investing in, but I don't know. That's
Let's
what
find
we're gonna,
out.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to find that out. I didn't ask her what they're
I thought you said.
a consumer advice thing.
Okay, wait. Wait, so should I
Sorry, I thought
phrase-
you were teeing up a specific.
Wait.
Yeah, we were, and then y'all went to another direction.
Yeah, because he asked about what we should do, not about what Venmo is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, wait. So, all right. I'll
So,
Sounds like great.
Kate, you figure that one out.
okay, yeah. I guess I don't know what they would be doing with it, but like, should you? When we're talking about Venmo best practices, should you leave money? Should we be letting it pile up in our Venmo account?
Yeah. So I reached out to Beth, who is a financial planner, and asked her this question.
I am Beth Pinsker. I am a columnist at MarketWatch. I'm a certified financial planner. The thing about leaving money in Venmo is, one, is it protected? Is it FDIC insured? Can somebody access it? Do you have consumer protections on it? If it's in a bank, nothing bad can happen to that money, and you're only liable for $50 worth of fraud ever, if any. Like, if you can prove that there's fraud, you're not going to be responsible for it. The second thing is it's not going to earn any interest that way. So if it's a significant balance, you're losing money as it sits there, and you don't want to do that. I would say best practices go back to the old thing. The thing I tell my kids, number one, is do not pay for things on your credit card or Venmo or whatever payment method you're going to choose and collect cash from your friends, and think that that's a good idea. You have the cash from them and you've paid the bill. What happens is that cash disappears between the time that you get it and the bill gets due. And so when it comes time to pay for that $100, that you fronted everybody on your credit card, you don't have it anymore. And then you're in debt. And it's just, it's a slippery slope and a bad way to go about doing things. So I'm like, pay your portion of it. People and payment systems at restaurants and stores and whatever are sophisticated enough now to split the bill. You can pay for your own share, even put a tip on right there with your card, swipe, tap, whatever you need to do, and don't accumulate the balance of everybody else.
Very interesting.
That makes sense. But I will say, yes, restaurants have the capability of splitting the check.
But they don't like to do it.
They make it very clear that they do not want to do it. And I can't. I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Same.
Plus, it's the restaurant, the awkwardness of them not wanting to do it, but also the case that everyone has these credit cards where they get all this cash back. Everyone, too many people want to pay for the whole thing and go through the Venmo process because they get perks from
and
their
that's
card.
what I asked Beth, and she was saying, you think about it, but then you're spending that money, right? I put down $500. You guys give me that money, but I'm not thinking that $500 goes
to pay for the credit card bill. Yeah.
In your mind, you're not putting that money aside. You're thinking, oh, I just got $500 now. It's no, you didn't.
And here's the question: if you are always putting your card down and getting miles, and then you go on vacation. Do they have to come with you, all your friends?
It seems only right.
You should have to bring them.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
Yeah.
Right? Vote.
For covering your mileage.
Like they really contributed to it at this Small Plates Natural Wine restaurant.
Don't leave your money in your Venmo account because it's not protected.
Yeah.
So if something does happen,
reason,
if Venmo went underwater,
you wouldn't get your money.
Yeah.
It's not insured.
Kind of like when WoW Air stopped just in the middle of them, or maybe Spirit Airlines was more recent.
You're stranded,
you just because they can do that. They can just stop being an airline. And I forget that Venmo can just stop being Venmo whenever they want.
And then your money's poof.
That would be amazing.
Gone.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. It'd be fascinating to see.
Yeah.
What's everyone's Venmo balances right now?
I just cleared mine out.
I just cleared it up.
I'm zero. I got $30 yesterday from our fantasy bracket.
Oh my god, I have 55 in here.
I've got $168 in Venmo.
See,
right
that's over my limit.
Wow.
I would.
I feel like I don't keep more than maybe $60 in usually before I'm like, let me clear this out.
Yeah,
it's probably smart.
But I feel like I don't Venmo that much anymore.
Well, I know that you guys also collected some anecdotes or stories from listeners. I'm curious what issues they've run into with this.
All right. So this first one is about a listener talking about their friend who always happens to Venmo them the wrong amount of money.
I have been friends with one of my closest friends for 13 years now, and the entire time I've known her, she's been one of the richest people I know. Like, her parents are multimillionaires. Like, she's currently buying an apartment in New York that's like $1 million, and her parents are giving her like $700,000 in cash. She's always wearing like designer. She's in Europe 5 times a year. But she has this very frustrating trait that any single time we go out to dinner together and you put your card down, she Venmos you the wrong amount. Like, and it's not like, oh, like she owes me $40 and she's Venmoing me $20. It's like she owes me $40 and she's Venmoing me $36, which is just close enough where you're like, maybe she's extremely bad at math. But this is always the case. Like, other friends of mine have voiced how she never pays them back the right amount, but it's never an amount that's like worth pressing over. But I realized this, it's like always the richest person you know who's like the stingiest with Venmoing you back. Mm-hmm. And like, maybe this is just like not even a question of money and more of a question of confrontation. But if you're in a situation where you've known someone for 13 years and every single time they Venmoed you for 13 years, they Venmo you slightly less than you are owed, like, do you say something, or are you just in too deep and have to accept the fact that this person is just going to slight you, even though they're literally a multimillionaire and you come from very little money and like are in so much student loan debt versus this person who like is always in $500 jeans?
That's
great question. My initial reaction is that maybe this person is looking at what they purchased on the receipt, but tax, not including tax and tip.
Yeah, that was gonna be my thing. Is like I think
which you should do.
Gotta at the table, because I think something we okay. Well, so I have lots of thoughts about this. First off, I think it's pretty implicit in my friend group. We're not necessarily saying this, but the most securely employed person, because we all work in somewhat creative media fields, so that's never all of us at once. Yeah. The most securely employed person puts down their card. We don't like voice it.
Interesting.
But like, or like, there's like a few of us and we'll kind of alternate. Like, we don't want to make someone be the responsible every single time. But it's like, we're not going to ask the person who like was laid off a few months ago and is job hunting to put it on their card. Sure. Just because it's just like, you don't want to shoulder it. So it's interesting, like that is not this rich friend's impulse, but I do think it speaks to this phenomenon of the more money you have, people tend to be Scroogier with it. There's a scarcity mindset that like weirdly seems to increase when you have more. And I know, and I don't want to step on some research you might have done, but I know that like when you look at like charitable giving, people from lower income households tend to give more in proportion to their own income than a rich person does. And there's a sort of sneakiness to, I guess, capitalism that just makes you, even when you have money, you just become more fearful of losing it.
Yeah, Beth had a interesting take on this.
Okay.
I think it's a matter of that mental accounting that's going on. If you are always coming at it at a place from deficit, a $20 deficit isn't going to matter to you. It's going to make no difference if you have a $20 deficit or a $40 deficit. It's just deficit to you. Yeah. And so you sort of lose sense of the scale. If you are in an abundance situation, you know how much you have and you want to hold on to that abundance. And so you're a lot more careful about it. Or maybe, they got that way, not the people who are living off their parents, but if they have a nice job, they got that way because they were careful and smart about things. Yeah. And when you're careful and smart about things, you pay what things cost. You don't pay more. And if somebody owes you money, you get it back from them. You're just a responsible, there's no negativity to it. It's just a responsible thing to do.
I think there's negativity. It tracks, but quite literally, I'm like, at what cost? Because it's hard for me to believe in the instance of the sort of the listener who called in. Like, it's hard for me to not think of her friend as a certain type of person because of this. But the one thing that still snags for me is what she pointed out of like, it's not wildly off. It's like a little bit off, which means
there's some calculation.
I think there's some calculation going wrong, and I think the way to try to address that is like at the table, figure out who owes what, like it's like we all need to agree on what we all owe.
Or you've got to request it.
You got to request it.
Yes.
Don't give
You're not
the
going to
opportunity.
actually have a conversation with them, which everyone doesn't want to have, it seems like. Just beat them to the punch and request it, because they're not going to dispute that, presumably. If it's only that $4 difference.
And if they do, at the very least, you can hear the math. Like, maybe they'll have to explain themselves.
Maybe they've been right the whole time.
Right, yes. Oh my God, we're gonna get a call from her. Because I'm a multimillionaire and my friend.
Because there was only a verbal agreement of how much the person owed, right? It wasn't that they were declining a request and then sending a new.
No, they were just Venmoing the wrong amount.
So we go out and then a couple hours later, I Venmo you $36 instead of $40. That's what's happening.
I see.
Like.
Yeah, but over time it adds up.
I do wonder sometimes with our listeners' questions in general that like how close are they with the people that they're like if Noah, for example, sent me over the course of years and years and years a slightly different amount than he owed, I feel like I'd be like, hey, I noticed something, like what's up with this thing? Yeah. Because I know Noah and he's a friend of mine. And it feels like a lot of listener questions are like, I can't speak to this person, so let's throw that out of the way. What should I do?
Let me stop you there.
Except for talk to someone.
To be fair, money is tough to talk about,
and
especially
it is weird enough that it's like this conversation is ridiculous.
Yeah, like you're I owe you $4. Like, oh, sorry, I messed it up by $4. Yeah, and I think it's there's a pride thing too with it, right? Which is why I think people who don't have that much money often end up in these situations.
Yeah, I do think that is.
It's because it's like they don't want to be looking like they're begging for a $4 difference, but like $4 12 times a year starts to add up.
Yeah.
Whereas this person, this money doesn't mean anything to her. She's got $500
They're not thinking about it
jeans
either
on.
way.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, 36, 40. It's all the same to me.
Yeah.
Like it might as well be zero.
I don't want to frame the listener as the villain here. I definitely think her friend is the one doing something wrong.
It's bizarre, yeah.
But I was
communication.
But I do think another way of solving this, I believe, will lead us on to the next question, which is, and I'll save my full rant about this, but like.
Well, wait, sorry. We should. What should the listener do?
Oh, right. I don't know. I think
request. I think
request.
I think that's the easiest course of action.
Request it ahead of time.
Then you'll see how they respond to that.
Yes.
Or will they decline it?
If they seem to quibble with that, then
call back.
There's something going on.
It's time for a conversation.
Then we have to talk.
Like that'll at least force the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Good luck.
Don't know. Don't
Not my job.
Yeah.
I'm a podcast.
Yeah, sorry. We actually, our one doesn't do advice. So
I don't know why you emailed us this.
But I mean, my other way of solving it, and I think this is a larger issue of mine that I believe the next question we'll get into. It's like, just split the bill. Everyone owes the same. But I sense perhaps for some people it's not that easy.
So this is an email that we got. The listener wants to remain anonymous, so we had somebody record a voicemail for us.
Like an actor's portrayal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Here's a money etiquette situation my wife and I were in a few summers ago. A friend of ours set up a birthday vacation for his wife, invited a large friend group to go to an all-inclusive in Aruba. For context, my wife and I have a pretty standard middle-class income, so the vacation was a big financial decision for us. Another important detail is this particular friend group is one that has a lot more disposable income than we do, compared to us, high rollers, if you will. At some point, the ladies of the group decided we should go off the resort to a fancy restaurant for the host's birthday celebration. My wife and I brought like $200 cash, thinking we'd eat light and help cover the cost of the birthday girl's meal. At dinner, the couples that we didn't know well quickly started spending rather extravagantly, ordering exotic appetizers and really expensive cocktails. The restaurant had Azul tequila on the menu, $50 per drink, and others started ordering this too. My wife and I don't drink much, and when we do, it certainly isn't $50 per shot kind of stuff, so we stuck with soft drinks. Then the bill came. It was thousands of dollars. There were 15 plus tequilas alone, plus other spirits. One of the couples we don't know tells everyone we're going to split the check evenly. No one else seemed to mind. Obviously, my wife and I needed to have a sidebar, since we were a few $100s short of what was being asked. After stalling as much as we could, waiting for someone else to say something, my wife spoke up and said, "We only ordered $70 worth of food. We're happy to contribute to the tip and cover a little more, but we didn't bring near enough cash to cover $50 drinks." This did not go over well with the two couples we didn't know, and definitely changed the mood with them for the rest of the trip. While I would not change how we handled this situation, I'm wondering, what's the etiquette in this situation? I can't really imagine a solution that isn't at least as awkward as what we did. Thanks for reading my short story. And thanks for the hours of edutainment you provide.
Well, immediately that story makes me feel like a dick for my earlier suggestion, which is just split the bill.
Yeah.
But I think it's
It's a scale. It's a scale thing.
I think it's a scale
This is
thing.
extreme. This is extreme.
This is an egregious situation.
Because I think if you are let's just split the bill people, which I do think in most cases is the best way to go.
I agree.
Yes.
You do have to be thoughtful of if that, because there are times where it doesn't make sense. Because for me, I don't like when we go, because everywhere you go out to dinner, at least in like Brooklyn, you're getting, it's like, we do things a little differently. We share plates and wine and like, and so you need to split it. Even if like I don't really like seafood, so I didn't have any of like the scallops or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go like scallop for scallop with someone when it comes to breaking it down. Like just split it. And I find the people who really unnecessarily itemize their Venmos to be not in the spirit of friendship, which is that like maybe I didn't eat the scallops this time, but like maybe next time I'll order like, I don't know, pork and you don't eat pork. And like everyone has to be slighted at every meal in a way. No, but just that it'll all even out because we will continue to get dinner together. Yeah. And even though technically is right, it feels really it just ruins the vibe at the end of the meal to suddenly be like, all right, I had a little bit of this thing, but the idea of accidentally covering even a little bit of your bite disgusts me, and so I'm itemizing the bill. It's like I just don't like that, but this is crazy.
I can understand their concern because of course it does suck to be the person that has to like put the bad mood on the table. Of course this isn't such an egregious case. I think they did the right thing to speak up. I'm normally of the mind of like, I'm okay if I have to pay $15, $20 more than I should be paying. If means we can just knock this out right here and there. It's basically a convenience cost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, maybe that's also easy for me to say because I'm ordering a bunch of drinks and stuff. And like, I'm probably not the one that's
You're getting a discount.
And if you think about it certain ways, though, this specific issue is so egregious. It's like, okay, I'm doing the same thing as them in this situation.
Oh,
like,
you're speaking up for sure.
Like you're saying, it does depend on if everyone's sharing plates. It doesn't sound like they were.
No,
it's like, you get your own thing.
And like they said, it's like, all right, they had $70 of food.
Yep.
They brought $200 in cash.
Yeah.
So that's already obviously way more than
they
were. And it sounds like they were willing to part with that.
Yeah.
We're talking at such extreme scale here that no one could have accounted for this.
Now the friends who felt like they dampened the situation, those are bad people.
Yeah, that's
don't make someone feel bad
and just like not aware of just sort of like not everyone's fucking billionaires.
Right,
that's
like,
really what it is.
Privately shit talk it. Like you don't have to love it.
Yep.
I do wonder what they did to make them like if the vibe was just different, or if they were like, oh, we're.
I also think
itemizing if they made it so known.
I'm the one in the story.
As they said, they've been doing a lot of drinking though too. So they probably by the end of the dinner were not in the right mindset to be reasonable.
Which is another reason I think often why I'm like, just split the bill. We're all we're all drunk. Like now I have to bring out the calculator app.
I will say too, as someone who doesn't drink, I think you guys are when we go out like. You are always like, well, Devin didn't drink, so he should blah, blah, blah. And I'm usually just like, let's just split it.
Yeah.
But it is annoying if people are going out and getting a bunch of drinks. Because drinks are expensive.
Especially in a
they're
big
very
group.
expensive.
Like the food thing is
one cocktail
thing
might be the cost of your entree.
We can all, if just because you didn't eat something, you had the opportunity to, and you decided not to. It's like, well, I'm not going to drink your drink. You know?
Right.
Exactly.
No, especially $20. Even these are $50 drinks. We're talking about, but $20 cocktails.
Yep. It starts.
If we go out, me and Manny both have 3 cocktails each.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's more the bill than any food we're getting easily.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like I think the default of just all splitting it, like you have to it needs to be within the margins of like everyone about did the same thing. And I don't know, the idea of going to this, ordering that really expensive alcohol without like saying something, without being like, are we cool if we get this? And then the weird reaction.
I wonder if they, I imagine these people are always splitting the bill because it sounds like they're really well off.
Yeah.
I wonder if they didn't even notice that the couple in question weren't really eating
probably a
the
little bit
stuff
of
or
that.
drinking the drinks.
I
and
know.
then
I
maybe
was
by the
gonna be
time-
more pessimistic. I was like, I think they were all like. I think you were like, oh, they weren't the same after this. I actually think this is them being like they were always like this. Like them doing this to you is the beginning of them just being like this. It's not like they changed. It's not. Whatever. I don't know them.
I did ask Lizzie how she would approach the situation.
Great.
And someone who talks about etiquette or writes about etiquette.
Firstly, I think they're great for speaking up. They are also then in the situation where they're dealing with people who've had 15 shots of expensive tequila.
Yes.
So those people probably aren't in their right mind when they're assessing the situation. I keep saying, like, stay strong.
Yeah.
Know confidently that it is okay for you to have spoken up in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
That no matter how we can't control other people's behavior and how they react, but letting them know that, listen, we weren't a part of the tequila, and I think that this is terrible sample language right now, but we didn't order any of the tequila, so we're happy to chip in on the rest of the bill, but we'd like to not chip in on that, or we won't be chipping in on that. It's not like you're asking these people for the permission. You know what I mean?
That's a really great point. I think a lot of people do ask for permission and say, "Can we?" Saying, "Hey, here's what we are going to contribute," is quite a shift.
It's a power move for sure, but I think it's an important power move on this one, given the extravagance of the bill.
Yeah, there's no non-awkward way out of that situation, but they chose, I think, the least awkward way, because it would have been terrible if they put their visa down and then later was like, "Hey, we're gonna need some money back because we didn't contribute all this."
Yeah,
and like, there's no actually good argument against it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
if you're one of the drinking side, you're mad that they're not paying for, like, you can't really argue it with any logic aside from like, well, we should just all share, especially when it wasn't discussed.
Exactly.
So,
and Lizzie brought that up as she said, if you're going to be in big group situations, it's awkward to talk about it at the end, but like, talk about it in the beginning. It's going to be a little bit awkward, but it's going to be less awkward once you all spent the money. Like, hey, are we all going to split? Or are we going to share?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
Because if we're going to, exactly.
Then
it's going to change my order.
Like, if they had something very vague at the beginning, like, okay, we're going to split this, then someone's ordering something crazy. And then even if you're the one outside of it, you could be like, oh, this is a little much. Like, maybe we go for the,
the Casamigos.
something else. I've heard the Casamigos is excellent.
Well, as always, I like to bring things back to me, which is, you'll remember that I began this episode with my own predicament,
right?
Which I think in maybe not to this extreme in terms of it being a decade-long simmering unanswered question, but this idea of like, what if someone isn't paying you back on Venmo? Like, when do you give it up? Since I've done so much emotional labor with this over the 10 years, I outsourced this to you, and I said, please find out what I should do about this person, or the idea of someone who not paying you back over Venmo. I'm curious what you found.
I mean, at some point, I think she could clear it, but I do think that's a good notice to like clear things more quickly. Either bump that request up a second time within a week, and if you don't get anything back, by the following week, then just cancel the request if you don't care about getting the money back. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, we're gonna try to convince her to cancel it on the recording as we're
do
doing
it.
together.
Do it. Be brave, girl. Be brave.
Girl power.
There we go.
She kind of dragged me. She's like, maybe a week.
I'm
like, what about
9 years?
9
Might be
years?
pushing it. Yeah.
Okay, so I have emotionally adjusted to this, that I will be canceling
Yeah.
live
my
on the pod.
God.
So I'm opening it up now. Wait, let me see if I can put sound on.
Let me ask you this: do you think this person even remembers who you are?
I know. I was thinking that too.
No. They're gonna go what on? Well, because that's the question. It's like, I'm not quite sure if she will get.
People said that I did look this up, that you do get a notification
do.
if someone cancels it.
Oh, my heart rate just shot.
How about we try it right now?
You want to do a test?
Yeah.
Who's playing who?
But it also may
I'll
depend on
request
what
money
type of
from Noah,
notifications this
and then
person
I'll just
has
cancel
on.
it.
Okay.
Well, first I'll remind you and see what that does.
Yeah, let's go
I do
through
have
it
the
all.
option to do that to her, but I can't. That feels
Hold on, let me
crazy.
make sure I have push notifications on for Venmo.
Yeah, because if you don't have them on, then maybe you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, or I'd only see it if I open it.
Oh, God.
Pod request. So you've got the request?
Let's see. Eyes on request, yep.
All right,
But
now
then you cancel
I'm
it.
going to go remind him.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happens.
A second later.
You sent a reminder to Noah.
Reminder.
Okay.
What does it say? It just says
reminder. Manny Fidel requests $1.
So that ostensibly they could think, oh, Venmo's sending me
after
that.
It has a
Noah.
10-year timer, and then I'll wait.
Not in your situation.
I'll wait one more year, so then it's like, okay, this could be a Venmo automated thing. They're like, hey, it's been 10 years.
And he's be on the exact date.
Yeah,
all right, so cancel.
So now I'm going to cancel.
Wow.
It just left.
No notification.
But you were in the app, so I don't.
That's true.
But I got the banner for the reminder.
Yeah. Okay.
Check your email. See if because mine sometimes come up on my email.
Yeah. Let's see actually. Ooh. Oh yeah, there's an email. So I got 3 emails. So one, Manny requests $1. Then immediately after, reminder, Manny requests $1, and then third, Manny canceled a request. So, so there will be an email.
Okay, there will be an
not
email.
a notification.
Oh, this is good.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. All right, can you count me down, Noah?
Yes. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, cancel.
It's I'm getting the.
It's
starting.
It's canceled.
I got the count. You canceled
Take a
your
screenshot.
request. Yeah, wait. And then I'll blur the name or the Instagram. And then my husband requesting me for Wi-Fi underneath.
Wow.
So how do you feel?
Lighter.
Does it feel like a weight?
I wonder
has been
what
lifted?
she's gonna think when she opens her email.
If I were her, I would request you like.
She would send me the
$50.
money. Oh my god! All right, we'll see. We'll see if
Yeah, you're gonna have to do an update.
Yeah.
If she does send you the money afterwards.
By the time this
That would
comes
be
out,
fascinating.
Yeah, I know. Well, technically, I should tell her she owes me $24.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'll be like,
Or you need to ask, the connecting friend between you two. Like, did she say anything about this?
Talk about me ever? Because I've been doing a lot of talking about her on a podcast.
Check out this episode.
Yeah.